Okay, so now we come to Genesis chapter 13, and I really think I could just make one video with this whole chapter. And so Abram and his wife and his nephew Lot, they and all the servants and everything he had, they come out of Egypt, and they go to the place where they originally were between Bethel and Ai, and they find out quickly that there's not enough room for all the livestock that they have between Abram and Lot. And so Abram tells Lot that he doesn't want there to be any issues between the two of them, so that Lot can choose whatever way he wants to go, and Abram will go the other way. And so Lot chooses the better way. He chooses the better looking land, which is the plain of Jordan, and eventually leads him to Sodom and Gomorrah, which we'll find out about later. And this just shows that Abram now is just realizing that he doesn't have to take care of himself as much. It was such a good experience for him in Egypt, the embarrassment of trying to lie to Pharaoh to save himself. And so now he is willing to say, I'll take the what looks like it's the less land. I'm willing to do something that doesn't look like it's going to be best for me. He's more concerned about Lot, and he realizes, I believe, that God is going to take care of him no matter where he is. And isn't this how life is? I hate making mistakes, but it happens, right? It's a big part of learning. Nobody's perfect. And they're painful, but they really help. And it's cool how that painful experience of him making the wrong decision in Egypt helped him make the right decision now. And then God takes him and he tells him to look in every direction, north, east, south, and west, and that God was going to give him all that land. For him and his descendants forever. What a great word. And that's a word that when you're with God, you get the word forever. Not everybody else gets that. We get peace and joy forever. We get to enjoy, God forever. We get to enjoy people in this world forever because he's going to make a new heaven and a new earth. So we get that beautiful word forever. Because we're with God. So you want to be with God so that your happiness and whatever you enjoy doesn't run out. And then God tells him that his descendants will be like the dust of the earth. If somebody could count the dust, they could count his descendants. And you know what that makes me think? That makes me think we have no idea when Christ will come back, when the end will come, because, he might just keep delaying so that people can continue to multiply and so that he can have more people to love and to bring to himself, and that would get to know Jesus Christ. So I know a lot of people say that we're approaching the end because so many things are lining up that haven't beforehand, that line up with prophecy. But looking at verses like this, it could be a long time. God could take thousands of more years before he establishes his physical kingdom here through Jesus Christ. And then the chapter ends with him sacrificing to God on an altar. And I think that's a good picture for us. We don't have to sacrifice animals now and like they did in the Old Testament because we have Jesus. He's our sacrifice. But there's still this giving of ourselves to him. And I think it usually comes after just beautiful promises like this. So Abram had this great promise again that he heard from God about his descendants, about the land, and he sacrificed to him. And when we get into God's word, and we find out just how much he's for us and his promises, it just should cause us to do the same thing. Just be like, God, you give your life to God once, but you just say it over and over. And it's just these times when he reminds us how much he's for us and what he has for us, that we can just bow down before him and just say it again. I'm yours, God. Just do with me what you want. I'm sacrificing all my life to you. And that's a beautiful thing to God.